Well, it's really lovely to be here with you. And today, well, this week I've been focusing on sexuality and spirituality and how yoga enhances our communication inside of ourselves and with our lovers when it comes to our experience of sensuality. And today I chose a set from this book that is really quite a lovely book. It's written by Guru Ratan Karkalsa. This is the main author of this book, and she has a number of good manuals. And this is more, I would consider her manuals to be more intermediate level. So for those of you that have been doing Kundalini Yoga for a while, her books are really a great book for you. And the set that we're doing today, Fritzy, you're in luck because you were with me yesterday. Where's Fritzy? There she is. And so yesterday just primed you for today. And those of you that weren't with me yesterday, it's okay. But what we're doing is a kriya that is designed to activate and rise up and create flow and expression of your Kundalini energy. So the Kundalini energy, in my experience, is very much the creative energy inside of us. And it is also our sensuality and our sexuality. Our creativity and our sexuality are very deeply linked. So that's what we'll be working with today. Let's go ahead and come sitting and dive in. Let's see, what time are we at? We're good to go? All right, perfect. Let's bring our hands together and rub them, create some nice heat and friction, close the eyes. Just bring a smile to your face and just feel a sense of presence in this moment of, yes, here we are together. Here we are together. Bring our hands to stillness at the heart center. I really do want you to feel each other in this moment, that you are not alone and that we are here holding each other accountable for our practice to make sure that we give this kind of experience to ourselves as part of our self-care routines. Taking a deep breath in and just holding the breath for a moment, just attuning your awareness to self-care and setting some intentions for your practice today, regardless of the theme or focus or set. Just what is it that you are wanting to nurture yourself with through the practice today? And whether that's bringing some relief to your physical body or vitalizing your digestion or bringing healing to your glandular system, whatever it is that you need, you can ask for that, and these practices are designed to give you what you need. There's a huge landscape and bandwidth of how the practice can impact you. So taking this moment to focus and bring attention towards where it is that we want self-care and healing at this time. And that's my kitty breaking in. Here she comes. So we're going to tune in together with the Adi Mantra, and we'll chant 3 times Om Namo Gurudev Namo, bowing to the divine force, bowing to the wisdom that is inside of ourselves, asking this wisdom to be with us and to guide us. deep breath in. Filling yourself with breath, squeezing Mula Bandha, focusing the gaze into the third eye, lifting the chest, dropping the chin down slightly and back to engage Jalandhar Bandha, holding, just feeling a sense of fully showing up to this present moment, being here now. As you're ready, releasing the breath, releasing the hands. And let's bring our hands to Memory Mudra. And Memory Mudra is just like a pyramid touching. And we're going to hold that in our lap comfortably. And as we dive into practice with our first exercise, I want to invite you to think about the yeses in your life. There are certain things that you say yes to. Maybe it's, a show you love to watch. Maybe it's snuggling with your dog. Maybe it's eating this one thing that you get to eat a week, or whatever your discipline is. Or maybe it's whatever. So I want you to be curious, to ask yourself, where is it, like, when I think about this, I say yes. I say yes. Maybe it's something that is beyond you. It has to do with the state of the world. Like, I think about that clean water is important. Every cell in my body says yes, that's true. Okay, so what are your yeses? And you're just focusing on yes. You're just letting yourself think about things that everything says yes. Maybe I'm a good cook. Yes, I am a good cook. So yeses, here we go. We're gonna do breath of fire, Memory Mudra. Here we go. In and out of the nose. Each exhale, navel to the spine, and we're flooding our mind patiently and curiously with yeses in our life. I love my sister. Yes. I love to eat healthy. Yes. I love to take walks. Yes. I love animals. Yes. Just let it happen. Whatever it is that you love, gives you life. Yes. And as you continue, I want to invite you to begin to sway the body. To begin to sway the body with a sense of allowing the feminine flow. So here we are, our bodies in this angles and triangles. We have sacred geometry structures in our physical body. We're going to call this the divine masculine. So we feel this form that is holding us. And then we're going to bring in the divine feminine, and we're just going to watch those two dance together. Feel them, sense them. And if you'd like to, at some point, stop thinking and just let your mind go neutral, you can release the thinking of the yeses and just allow yourself to go into a landscape of neutral mind. Focus into the third eye to help you arrive there. And going into that neutral mind is also going to be simply becoming the witness. Yes, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Yes, beautiful, Leslie, Jesse, and Tiffany. I'm so happy to see you guys. Beautiful. Yes, beautiful, Mai. Last 30 seconds. Now pushing all the breath out when you feel ready. Hold the breath out, and we're going to pull the diaphragm back, and we're going to pull up Mula Bandha, and we're going to drop our chin. We have no breath in. And then we're going to release through the nose. Let the hands go wherever they want. We're going to do that 3 more times. All the breath out. Push it out. You can push it out through the mouth or nose. And then Mahaband, Mulaband, Jalandharband, and Uddiyanaband. The diaphragm pulls up and back. Release through the nose. 2 more times. With Mahaband, the Jalandharband is much stronger than when we hold our breath when our breath is full. With Jalandharband, the breath will come down fuller. The navel is really pulling back and the whole diaphragm is coming up. Releasing through the inhale. Good. If questions come up during practice and you want to type me questions, I can see those and address them. Otherwise, we're going to twist now. Let's take our left hand behind, right hand to the opposite knee and twist. Reaching through the heart center, up through the spine. Feel a widening and broadening in the shoulders. And we feel again this sacred masculine form of the skeleton. You feel a cross through the spine and through the shoulders. It's like a sacred T or a sacred cross. And the cross represents many, many things outside of the Christian cross. In fact, I have crosses on my bedspread, I notice. These are Celtic cross. So there are many crosses. This is one of the sacred geometry forms that is foundational. So we're just noticing the angles, the lines, and the triangles of our body as we do yoga. It just takes it to a deeper perception. Now, exhale, come to the other side. And notice how your belly is round and moving with breath, and this is the feminine. Notice the roundness of the breath, the formlessness, the flowing aspect of the breath, and that inside your body you are space and liquid and air, and all of this has a formlessness to it that we could call the divine feminine. And we're noticing how these two meet in union as we do the postures. Inhale, coming back to center. Maybe push your pillow off to the side, and we're going to do Sufi grind, starting clockwise. Inhale forward, exhale back, centering the movement in the heart, the lungs, the rib cage. Allowing your breath to find its own rhythm as you surrender into the movement. Let the head and neck become a part of the movement, closing the eyes. We could add breath pumping if you'd like. Taking the breath in, out, 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 in, out. Any number of in, any number of out. Mouth or nose. And gently reversing directions, circling now the other way, letting the breath be intuitive. You can pump the breath if that's serving you, or do any breath of your choice. We can also add sound. Perhaps the sound of Ma, the feminine force, the divine feminine. Ma, 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 Ma. Inhale, come to center, bring the hands to Gyan Mudra. Fill yourself with breath. Hold the breath and notice the Jalandhar Bandh. It's very subtle. As you hold the breath and apply Mula Bandh, you take the chin just half an inch down and half an inch back from parallel. You're pushing the head back so that the spine and the neck straighten. You want to see and feel the neck straighten. So the chin comes back. We hold as long as natural for us. We're going to push all the breath out when we release. Take another deep breath in. Now push all the breath out and come to Mahabandh, and notice Jalandhar Bandh is totally different. The head drops, the chest lifts. We pull everything in, and the curve of the spine may happen to hold that. You're just allowing the spine to go where it needs to go. Inhale to release through nose. Let's get a couple more of those. Really getting Mahabandh today. So the Jalandhar Bandh is very different in Mahabandh, right? You guys see that? You feeling that? Good. Okay. We're going to take our legs wide. Our set today has us using Mahabandh, so I want to make sure that you guys have a pretty good sense of that. We're going to circle. Let's start clockwise. And the arms are reaching, and the head and neck gladly surrender to the extension through the crown chakra. And then if you'd like, the hands can just relax down. The arms are completely optional. Whatever you do with your arms is your choice. You could do anything with your arms. So just let your inner world guide you. You want to circle the spine and let yourself feel a sense of tranciness. You're feeling that circle way down low. It's like I'm shifting weight from sit bone to sit bone. The arms are supporting the freedom and exploration of the movement. Breath is deep. Whatever your breath is doing naturally, just enhance it by noticing it and getting underneath and behind it, adding awareness to the breath, bringing more energy to the breath. And then we're going to reverse directions and circling now the other way. Beautiful. Beautiful, Camille. Beautiful. Yes. Nice. I like you. I like what you're doing there, Richard. Just working with it. Beautiful. I love to see you go rogue every now and then, you know. Feel welcome. You really, that's part of yoga, is that we hear the inner calling and we honor it. Last couple circles here. Nice deep, full breath. And inhale, we're going to reach up to center. Exhale, forward. If your elbows easily touch the ground, you're going to stay down. If your elbows do not easily touch the ground, then bring the hands behind you, okay? And everybody, no matter where your hands are, you're going to push forward through the chest and through the belly. So we're arching forward through the spine, and activate the feet. You can point or flex or halfway in between. So if you're on your elbows, you're still pushing forward. If you can't push forward and get a little indent in your low back, then bring your hands up. Give yourself more space to do that. And let's rock and roll the pelvis a couple times. Forward, and back. And then hold it forward. Big breath in, hold the breath, Mula Bandh, close the eyes, third eye gaze. And gently release. We're going to come lying down and we're going to come into a cat stretch. So let's roll up onto the right hip and drop the left knee over and down. Let's take our left arm out and reach behind us and draw the shoulder downward to rest on the earth or maybe a blanket or a pillow. You want to get some proppage there, you can go ahead. The left shoulder needs to be comfortable. You could even touch the left hand to the body to give a little relief to the left shoulder if it's feeling intense. You could even reach up and massage your left shoulder with your left hand if you want. You can take your right hand and begin to massage your hip or your thigh or your belly or your sacrum. You could use the left hand to massage the sacrum and low back. So wherever your body is feeling that it would like some extra healing energy, go ahead and add some self-massage and some gentle rocking if that feels good. And we can also then, now that we're in the asana, we have a little bit of Shukta and Sthira. So the Sthira is the form, the masculine, the posture. The asana itself is considered the masculine form, Sthira. And then Shukta is this self-massage, the rocking, the breath awareness, the toning, all the feminine elements that we bring in. So let's bring our awareness now to our breath. And whatever the breath is doing naturally, emphasize it. And we can add our voice as well as another way to deepen the posture. We can add Ra, which is the masculine, the divine masculine. Ra, 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 perhaps stretching a little deeper into this by straightening out the bottom leg or pushing your knee actually away from your body. You can take your hand on your thigh and push that away. You're creating more space between shoulder and knee. So left shoulder and knee are moving away from each other. Deepening the stretch, coming into a little bit of its fullness here. Or a lot of its fullness, your fullness. You come to the fullness of the posture that works for you. And then with an inhale, release. We're going to come up and gently switch sides. And on this side, let's combine Ra and Ma, and we'll sing Ra Ma. And feel free to experiment with your voice to find a resonance that feels healing and effortless. You can harmonize with me or sing in your own tone. Continuing to sing or chant Rama or whatever is authentic for you, adding some self-massage, maybe some rocking. final apex of the stretch, maybe expanding deeper into it. You can add some breath of your choice. Any breath you want. I'm choosing cannon breath. And pushing all the breath out. Resting in the emptiness with an inhale, release. Come to center. Draw the legs in. Hug yourself. And then we're going to open the legs and come to happy baby. So we reach through the legs and wrap around to the outside and grab the feet. And then we pull down. Here we can add cannon breath, O mouth, breath of fire. If breath of fire is not for you today, just do any breath of your choice. Push all the breath out. As you take the breath in through O mouth, straighten out the legs and stretch. Hold the breath and massage the legs, or just hold the stretch. As you release, continue to massage, maybe soften the legs. And then bring the legs towards each other and continue to massage. Some nice deep breaths. Even do tapotment on the back of the legs and the hips, where you use your fists and you just pound your body. And then we begin to rock and roll. Inhale up, exhale back. And continuing to rock and roll, we're going to be here for a couple minutes. You can pause and hold at either end if you feel. So when you come up, if you want to hold and do a little stretching forward, you can. When we come back, if you are comfortable to come into Halasana or Karna Pindasana, where the knees bend, you could take some time back here. Please don't force anything. Just be loving and tender with yourself. And we can add breath awareness, or we can add sound. You can come back to Ra or Ma or Rama, or you can use your breath and your third eye gazing to help meditate the mind, to bring the mind to meditative state. Rama, 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 Rama. And bringing yourself up. We're going to sit comfortably. We're going to work the neck a little bit. You can choose half circle if full circle doesn't work for you, and half circle would simply be side, forward, side. Otherwise, we're going to begin clockwise. Take your right ear to your right shoulder, and then take the head back. And as the head comes back, lift up through the third eye, as if there were a string pulling you up from the heavens. And then left ear towards left shoulder, and then the neck gently, slowly comes forward. And we continue. And again, we can focus our mind into a deeper meditative state through the awareness of our breath or the choice of sound and mantra. Next time that your chin comes forward, you'll pause for a moment and gently reverse directions, circling now the other way. Perhaps adding breath pumping, or continuing with mantra, your choice. Perhaps even coming to Ujjayi breath, or just simple toning through the throat, authentic sound. Third eye gazing will always bring you into a deeper meditative state, and the third eye gaze is one of the keys to this practice in terms of how it strengthens and fortifies the pineal gland. Our pineal gland is said to be, in yogic terms, the portal to our consciousness. The next time the head comes down, leave it down, and then just track it up back to center. And our hands come back to memory mudra, and we do a short round of breath of fire. Gazing into third eye. Push all the breath out. Inhale deeply. Hold the breath, apply the locks, Mula Bandh, Jalandhar Bandh, straight neck. Chin comes back slightly, down and back slightly. Very subtle. And as you release, we come again down to the ground. We are going to come into a hip stretch, figure four. Take your right leg up first, reach through the window and grab your leg. Your left leg can be straight or bent, your choice. And if you have it straight, you might want to reach up above and grab it. So how does it feel best in your hips? That's the goal here. The hips, and of course the whole body is always connected. Rocking side to side if you'd like. And let's add immunity breath, which we stick our tongue out, we roll our eyes up, and we pant like a puppy, and this is so good for our immune system. It feels really intense. You don't have to do it for long to get a lot of benefit. Stay with me here, it's a bit longer. Push all the breath out. Take it in through O mouth. And do that 2 more times. As you hold the breath in, switch sides. Squeeze mula bandha. Focus gaze. As you exhale, begin to rock side to side. And come back to breath of fire through the nose. Now, some of us may not be able to do breath of fire, or it may not feel right. If it's causing a lot of anxiety, that's your body telling you it's not right for you right now. So you tone it down, you slow it way down, you do short little intervals of it, and you allow yourself to sip the hot tea carefully. And breath of fire is not going to hurt anyone, but your body can get expanded to a point where it's not necessarily beneficial, and your body will tell you. So listen to your body. Listen to your body. Push all the breath out through the nose. Inhale deeply through nose. Hold the breath. Squeeze mula bandha. Come to stillness. Release through the nose. Inhale through nose. Hold the breath. Squeeze mula bandha. It can be subtle, it's okay. And as you release, gently relax. We're going to bring the heels together and draw the feet towards the pelvis. Then we're going to bring our feet down to the ground, and they are wider than the hips. So if you feel your hips, you look at your feet, you can actually see your ankles to each side. Your feet are wider than your hips. And your feet are parallel and facing forward, and then we're going to take them side to side and relax the arms. The arms can come up into this sort of surrender position up here, or the hands could stay on the body. Really, the arms can be wherever you want. If you bring them up, you might get a little more stretch. And you're just windshield wiping here. The feet are relaxed. The head can even move with the windshield wipe, so you don't have to look at the screen. You can close your eyes. And let's practice a breath that is a really good alternative to breath of fire. So if you are one of those people that may have a health condition, or if you're on your moon time, you don't want to do breath of fire the first 3 days usually. If you're bleeding heavy, forget breath of fire. So here's an alternate breath. Inhale through O mouth. Exhale through the nose. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through O mouth. Inhale through O mouth. We switch before the exhale. Here comes exhale, exhale, nose. Inhale back through the nose. Here comes the exhale next. You'll exhale through O mouth. Inhale back through O mouth, and here comes the exhale. We switch. So this is a really beautiful alternative anytime to breath of fire. And I'd be happy to review that with you after class. Come back to center, draw the legs in. We're going to rock and roll. Inhale up, exhale back. We'll rock and roll 3 to 5 times. Maybe get a little speed and velocity with it here. Inhale lifts you up, exhale brings you back. 5, 6 times. When you're ready. Yay, come on up. Oh, that feels so good. I don't know about you guys, but one thing I have to give thanks about these Zoom classes is it's really weird if I'm leading you and you're just watching me sit here, right? So I do it with you. It's kind of fun. I haven't gotten to do the yoga with the class for a long time, so I don't get the whole practice, of course, because I'm teaching. We're coming to squat, but I get some of it, and it's a nice added benefit for me. Okay, so we're getting this wide squat. We're just shifting our weight side to side. And touching the earth. And noticing if this is too much on our knees. And if it's too much on our knees, we're finding a way to lean onto a couch or a chair and maybe just kind of shift side to side like this, okay? And we can use this couch or chair. We could even lay, I got my bed here, I can lay onto my bed and get this nice thing here. So please, I don't know if you can see me, don't be shy to use props. I think all of these Zoom classes you should do next to a bed or a couch so you can use these props. You could also lean against it like this, okay? So lots of ways to support ourselves. I really want to advocate for self-care. Now, we're going to come to stillness, and if you're adjusting and modifying, you're just going to kind of figure out how you can do the best you can do, okay? We're going to reach around, and we're going to grab the heels. And then we're going to flatten out the back and make the body parallel. So if you're super curved, then you need to come up and do something else like I was just demonstrating. Get your body up higher. You don't have to worry about wrapping. Maybe you can come here, right? So you just do what you can do. If you're modifying, you visualize yourself doing it like this, okay? Now, we're going to hold here, and we can play in the range of very slow, gentle movements. Our thighs are resting on the elbows. Our spine is parallel to the floor, and we're going to do long, deep breathing. So this is the beginning of our Kriya, and this Kriya is going to activate and ignite the Kundalini energy, the sacred creative energy inside of us. This energy lives in the second chakra. It is rooted in the first chakra, and it expands and explodes up into the upper chakras. Explodes is kind of dramatic. Kundalini awakening, Kundalini rising is usually something that happens slow and progressively. When you do a practice like Kundalini yoga regularly, you will definitely have Kundalini energy that is activated. Sometimes I call it chakra energy. So we're supposed to be here for 2 to 5 minutes. I'm going to keep us for just a little more than 2 minutes. It's an intense posture. But just be here, work with it, long deep breaths. So we can think of Kundalini energy as our sacred life force, our creative energy, our creative essence, our sensual energy, our chakra energy. When you start doing Kundalini yoga and you have a lover, or you are even self-loving, there's some powerful opening and change that can happen. This kind of practice, anything that stimulates the Kundalini, is going to open up everything in your sensuality. And that's a really beautiful, beautiful part of it. And that's part of why Kundalini yoga was so forced underground, because it liberates you. When you start feeling a lot of creative flow, it's very liberating. All right, we're going to push all the breath out and apply Mula Bandha and just hold. No breath in. Now inhale through the nose. 2 more times. Out the mouth, squeeze Mula Bandha. And we're going to carefully release. Release and let your body do anything it wants. Whoa. Whoa. A lot of. Just moving freely in this moment, doing anything your body asks. And when you're ready, take a little bit more time here, a few more breaths, but when you're ready, we're gonna meet sitting on the ground. Okay, so we're gonna leave our pillows to the side, most likely, unless your knees naturally are up higher, which means your hamstrings are probably tighter, then probably want that little pillow to help get a little bit of support there. Okay, what we're doing, you can decide if you want the pillow or not once we get going here. The very unusual movement here. We are holding onto the shins, sitting in Sukhasana, cross-legged. You could also sit up on the bed, you know. Anything we do in Kundalini with a straight spine, you can do up on a chair or a couch or a bed. So straight spine. But we're actually going to be working with the spine here. So wherever you're sitting, you can still do this. Hands on the shin or hands on the legs. And we're going to stretch and contract the spine up and down from the base. And like release it. So you feel it growing up from here. You're rising it up, 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 up. It's just this awareness of like lifting the spine upward and then softening. You take a deep breath in and you start from the base and you feel a sense of the spine is aligning and straightening. And with the exhale, release. So you can coordinate it to the breath with the inhale, you're stretching. You can stretch the spine directions. You should be able to feel it moving both up and down. You can feel that from the low belly area. This is the point of extension. Releasing with the exhale. Inhale, expanding. Exhale, softening. And we just continue this way. One more. Then we bring our our hands up to our shoulders, fingers in front, thumbs in back, and we begin to twist. You can inhale left, exhale right, or create your own breath pattern. You can let the head and neck move along for the ride, or you can hold the face facing forward. And yes, Leslie, I love that you're standing. That is a beautiful modification for this. Always taking care of the lower body because we're not used to sitting cross-legged like this, most of us. So coming up onto the knees or standing at any time. Otherwise, you're just moving freely here. You're really letting yourself be in space, spinning, powerful breath, purifying breath, body, beautiful. right where they are if it feels really good. Or you can begin to reach out. Reach. Beautiful. Twisting the spine, opening the breath. Oh, beautiful. Well done. Opening the spine, opening the breath. Beautiful, beautiful. We slowly come to stillness, just slowing it down. And then inhale, reaching up and bringing the hands together or towards the sky. We're going to take a deep breath in and hold it and squeeze Mula Bandha and focus into the third eye. Hold as long as is natural for you. We're going to do 2 or 3 rounds of this, moving with your own rhythms. Taking a moment of meditation when you're done to just close your eyes and be the witness of your experience and notice the chemistry that is inside of you, this amazing capacity for generating self-healing, just absorbing that and being present with that, saying yes to that, yes to healing, yes to unconditional love inside of myself, and for my world. Yes to union with divine source. Yes, yes to healing. Beautiful. And then we bring our hands back up again, and this time we're going to bring them to either prayer position, or you can interlace and point through the index finger. In the posture, they use prayer position. In Hatha, I learned that this is also a very good alternate for that. So you can start in prayer and see how that feels for a while. We're going to twist, just like we were doing. We're just twisting, and my hands are kind of opening up into this sort of pyramid thing. So just allow that. You want to focus mostly on the twists. The elbows will bend a little, that's fine. But reach them up towards extension, and then just find that perfect, comfortable spot. You are reaching up and you're rooting down through the spine, and your eyes are closed and you're just twisting side to side and finding breath pattern. Inhale and come to center, reaching up, up. You're going to push all the breath out. Keep the arms up. 3 rounds, Maha Bandh. When you release, letting the hands come down, resting in meditation to become the witness, bowing humbly into the infinity that is inside of us, the breath, the body, our consciousness, aligning to our highest resonance, just weaving and smoothing out your resonance in this practice, allowing yourself to purify and elevate your internal frequencies. All right, next exercise is body drops. And you want to make sure you have some padding underneath you, because we're going to be lifting ourselves up and then poof, dropping ourselves on our bum. While we do this, we want to engage Jalandhar Bandh very strongly, in fact. So you're really thinking about a straight spine and dropping the chin slightly and pulling the chin back so that you have this straight neck, straight spine. And you can do the body drops with your legs simply crossed in Sukhasana, or if you're able to easily do lotus pose, which my body's not ready for, so I'm not going to do it. Last night I did it, but this morning I can already see no. I just feel it. Most of us are not going to do lotus pose in the morning, okay? The third position, but if you can do it, great. And the third position is the legs out in front. Your choice, okay? So you come to the position of your choice, and then you're going to lift up with your fingers, like knuckles, fists, whatever you can do there, engaging the Jalandhar Bandh, and then drop yourself. And we just continue like this. You can exhale with each bum. With each bump of the bum, you exhale. And we're sending this shock wave through the chakra system that is very purifying and powerful. That's it. Beautiful, Richard. Beautiful. Brandusa and friend. Yes. Beautiful. Beautiful. Go, Jessie. Go. Yes. Beautiful. Relax. Beautiful, beautiful. Bringing that to close and simply relaxing. We're going to kick our legs out and come forward. And as we come forward, we're going to be here for a little bit. Let's do the good old hatha trick. We're going to reach to the left side, lean to the right, and pull the flesh outward. Come to the inside of your left sits bone. Now lean to your left and reach over and pull the flesh on the right and come to the inside of the right sits bone. And now you're going to inch forward, one foot and then the other, 3 times. And now the flesh is back. And you're on the inside front of your sits bones. And now, when you come forward, all of a sudden you've gained a little bit. I got about 2 inches more space there. So we're coming wherever we can. As you come forward, if your back is really curving and you feel that, you're going to bring the hands behind you for support. Align the head, neck, and spine. We're going to be here for a few minutes. Any breath of your choice. Relax. Healing. This is very healing for the glandular system. Just letting yourself come into a space of drinking in harmony. Drinking in harmony. Imagine harmony like a sweet honey, a sweet nectar. I love to see Mai and her daughter or her son. She's a child, and hi, I love seeing you. I'm so glad there's a child with us. So feeling the harmony of all the generations, of the power of humanity, feeling how our humanness is this tender, powerful force inside of us. Just allowing yourself to feel your humanness. Continuing to press through forward the navel, forward through the navel, lengthen through the spine, the inner legs rolling inward, the feet are parallel and pointing upwards, and we're doing our best with all that. With an inhale, we're going to rise. With an exhale, we're coming back to sitting. Go ahead and grab your pillow if you'd like. We're going to sit again in Sukhasana. And notice when you sit, which leg is on top. Mine is the left. This is probably the way that you usually do Sukhasana. So notice, like I'm left on top dominant. I'm going to go ahead and switch and put my right on top. We should do that every now and then. Now, we're going to cross. It doesn't matter which arm is on top. We're just going to cross. And we're going to inhale deeply, pulling the arms and stretching the shoulders. We're going to hold the breath in. As long as we can hold it. Just holding that breath in. You can expand with that breath. And then we release the breath one more time. This time you can add Mula Bandh and add third eye gaze, Shambhavi Dristi, third eye gaze, Shambhavi Dristi. When you release, you're going to switch which arm is on top and do 2 more times. Align the head, neck, and spine. Pull Mula Bandh. Focus the gaze. All right, left finger points. Right is going to grab it between the first 2 fingers like that. You're just going to hook your left index finger, these first 2 fingers, grab it, okay? We're going to pull in front of the chest. We're going to close our eyes and we pull. And the Kriya calls for long, deep breathing. And this is a perfect example of where, if you wanted to do another breath, if your internal world was just longing for another breath, it would be okay. And I'm gonna say that from my own experience, years of doing yoga. These little subtle things, like which breath are you using right now? It's okay. When it calls for long, deep breathing, for me, that's also an invitation to do something else if I feel like it. So choosing long, deep breathing or any breath of your choice. We're going to just meditate here as we create this tension on the finger. It's very, very unique. We're pulling. The fingers might slip. You might have to reach up and grab again. Grab that top knuckle of the index finger and pull right in front of the heart center. And release. Shake it out. All right, everybody's favorite bow pose. Come on to our bellies. We're going to grab our ankles and arch up, pulling up as high as possible. We reach up. We pull Mula Bandha, we hold. When you exhale, you'll soften slightly. And we're going to do this 5 times. Inhale, breath, reach up, up, up. Hold Mula Bandha, squeeze. Exhale, release. 3 more times with your own rhythms. And when you release, you can push into pose and relax or do any other posture of your choice. Beautiful thing when we, our families or our friends or our lovers, our spouses, this is such a powerful way to share time and space together. Really appreciating. I see Maya has her child. I see Jessie and Tiffany together. I see Bandusha, who I want to say, but I'm not totally sure, with her. And this is a special thing. I see Barbara and Richard practicing together. This is so beautiful to share. And many of us are in this kind of quarantine reality where we don't necessarily have someone to practice with. And that is okay too, because you always have your awareness and your soul. And your awareness and your soul come together in your practice. And all the parts of ourselves. There's many parts of ourselves. Beautiful. We're going to inhale, rise, and come for meditation now. So we're going to sit. We're sitting comfortably with a straight spine. We're bringing our hands to Gyan Mudra, the seal of wisdom, index and thumb touching. And we're placing them onto the knees with the palms facing down today. The arms can be active or they can be relaxed. You can play with both feelings and see where you want to be. We're going to close our eyes and roll them upwards. So the eyes may begin to flutter. The eyes may open slightly. That's absolutely okay. You're just gazing upward into the crown chakra, into the upper realms of the third eye. This should be a comfortable eye gaze that you will retain and come back to again and again, just holding that eye gaze the best you can. And then the tongue is going to press on the roof of the mouth. And we're going to dedicate ourselves to the divine, offering ourselves to the divine. And as we do this, we're going to sing the Mool mantra, or we're just going to meditate on the Mool Mantra. And the Mool Mantra is a mantra that no matter what has happened in our lives in the past, no matter what we've done, no matter what has happened to us, no matter what we've experienced, that the Mool Mantra is this way in ourselves to our highest frequency of resonance and bring forth our full capacity in a deeper way. So we'll never always be in our full capacity, but we can be in our full capacity more frequently, more often, more consistently, and this Mool Mantra helps us get there. So if you're singing, then you're letting go of the tongue to the roof of the mouth. If you are just meditating with the mantra, then you can keep the tongue to the roof of the mouth, allowing yourself to dedicate yourself to the divine. Allow your hands to be in any mudra of their choice, including coming to the heart center, the body, the belly, and really focusing on dedicating yourself to the divine force, allowing sweetness and bliss for you. Deep breath in, holding that breath, allowing it to rise. Already releasing that breath and taking a minute or two with your own rhythms, sealing in the meditation, sealing in the practice. As you are ready, coming down for Shavasana. Taking your time, perhaps choosing some seated meditation for a moment, or feeling ready for Shavasana. When you are ready, coming down. And as you rest into Shavasana, I want to invite you to begin with 3 long, deep breaths that when you bring them in, you hold them for a natural moment. And when you push them out, you hold them out for a natural moment. And you're going to get 3 breaths, and maybe you have to take a couple breaths in between each round, but you're going to get 3 breaths where you're holding the breath and you're just suspended in space. You don't have to worry about bandhas, you're just holding that breath in and expanding. And when you exhale, you feel yourself just sink with gravity into the arms of the Mother Earth. And you are fortifying your capacity and your understanding that you get to say yes to what you want to say yes to. You get to say no to what you want to say no to. And you get to say maybe when you want to say maybe. And this is a very important part of our sensuality, to empower our yes, our no, and our maybe. And this is an important part of critical thinking, as we are all swirling with such diverse possibilities, and the truth is very obscure. We think we know, and then we realize, well, gosh, maybe we don't. So I like to remind myself to just say to myself every now and then, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. And this is an important part of what we do collectively at this time, is to be humble enough that we realize that we may not know. And there are things that we do know. We feel it in our body. And when you feel a yes, you know that for you, and that's okay. And you should honor that. Whatever is a big yes for you should be honored. And whatever is a no for you should be kindly honored. If we remember the foundational ethics of yoga, we have these foundational ethics that cross all lineages and styles, the yamas and the niyamas. And the first yama is non-harming, ahimsa. Practice take into your daily life to just notice consuming in a way that could be harming another life, the environment, and unfortunately, the reality of American life and even many other cultures, we do harm in the consumption. Bringing awareness is very, very powerful. We can say a prayer. We can say a prayer of awareness. We can pause for a moment and take a deep breath and wonder, is there another way to do this that might be less harmful? How our no's are too. Our no's create barriers, and those no's are oftentimes important. We can rest into the yamas and niyamas as we filter through our yes, our no's, and our maybes. And at this time, I want you to say yes to surrender. Yes to letting go. Yes to letting go. Yes to surrender.
above me, love below me, love onto me, love in my surroundings, love to all, love to the universe, peace before me, peace behind me, peace at my left, peace at my right, peace above me, peace below me, peace at my surrounding, peace to all, peace to the universe, light before me, light behind me, light at my left, light at my right, light above me, light below me, light onto me, light in my surrounding, light to all, light to the universe, love before you, love behind you.
In a nice deep breath and filling yourself up one more time, holding that breath as a precious gift, a treasure. As you exhale, beginning to gently wiggle the fingers and the toes, or bring any authentic movement into the body, that awakening back into this beautiful day that is ahead of you. Beautiful, beautiful. And perhaps reaching the arms through the arms, the legs, the whole body. Gathering your energy with breath, rolling to the side now and coming to a fetal position. And just resting there for a moment and just letting the practice seal itself. I just want to thank you so much, Barbara and Richard, being here, and Brandusa, thank you for being here, and Leslie, it's so good to have you here, thank you, and Deanna, and Fritzy, and Jessie, Deanna, and Jessie, and Tiffany, and Judy, and Katie, and Mai and her family, and Maddie. It's just so good to have you here. And I want you to feel each other for a moment and just feel that you're not alone. That we're all truth seekers on this quest to elevate humanity to a higher frequency that we know is love and hope. And then taking a deep breath and pushing yourself up with your hands, letting yourself come up gently to sitting. And we're going to bring our hands to the heart center. You can rub them if you'd like, or just bring them to stillness in your own time. Gathering our energy, closing the eyes one more time, gazing into the third eye, to the portal of our awareness. And we'll close our practice with 3 long satnams, chanting to the universe, truth is my name, truth is my identity and my vibration. Satnam. Satnam. Waheguru Ji Ki Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh. May the lineages of yoga be held by the people. May they bring us empowerment, freedom and liberation, clarity and connection. Satnam.